Hello everyone, this is the self-harm video, and I'm going to be talking about self-harm, what can cause self-harm, and ways to cope with resisting the urges to self-harm. So, let's see, hold on real quick. I wanted to start off with saying that I run a page. Many of you see this video because of that page, but I run a page on Facebook known as Ambivalent, and it's a page made to help stop self-harm, discrimination, and bullying, and suicide. And I recently asked everyone that what topic would they like me to talk about on the next video I'll be doing, and the first one I got was for self-harm. So here I am talking about it, and the first time that I've ever come to reality with self-harm was the internet, because there are many stories online that you read about someone self-harming and how they try to cope with it and try to resist the urges, but then they relapse over and over again, and then they just become miserable with themselves and always feel that they can't ever stop from doing it. But of course, this video was made to help cope with it and help offer tips to resist those urges. The first person I ever met was this one girl who I talked to for a while, and she told me she self-harmed, and of course I liked her a lot, and so I told her that if she ever did that again, that I would do it myself, and then hopefully that's what ended her thing, but I'm not sure if she did it or not, in reality, not just to say it or really did it. But that's the thing that some people think about self-harm. It's for attention, it's for wanting to have pretty much attention from people and sympathy, but I don't see it as that. I just see it as a cry for help, as a way to show that everyone feels pain, and sometimes that pain is just too overwhelming to cope with by yourself, and we need someone or something to help even out that pain. And of course, self-harm can be truly dangerous in some ways. I think it was in middle school where there's these kids who have to cut themselves, and one of them had cut their veins, I believe, and they had to be rushed to the hospital. So that's something that could be dangerous with self-harming, because you can accidentally cut a vein, you can just suffer a lot of things from doing it. And it's not just cutting, it's also burning yourself as well as other stuff that involves with self-harming yourself. I know there's something called self-mutilation, but I don't want to get into that right now. But I've talked to a few people on Ambivalent. I'm not going to state who they are, but I've talked to a few of them who have done self-harm and who have believed that they deserve it. And some ways I would think it's caused by depression or dealing with these certain emotions. Like, some people would do it because they're fighting with their loved one. They've done something bad. School can be overwhelming and add on to those problems, and it's just a serious thing that I think that needs to be done, and we could help those people who do self-harm, because I've tried it before, but I never went through with it because I found ways to resist the urge and just cope with my feelings. And that's the next thing I want to discuss, is ways to deal with self-harm. And through Ambivalent, I first introduced that art and doing any kind of form of art and passion or hobby can help you resist the urge to cut, and it helps diminish all those bad feelings you feel inside. Because I've turned to art, I've turned to writing, I've turned to anything that has helped me not want to go through with it, and helps me in the end become happier than I was before. Like, say I would get in a fight with either my mom or anyone else, I would go to my room and then I'd immediately start thinking negative thoughts, and to have those negative thoughts go away, I would turn to either drawing something or painting something or writing a new song. And after that, it just I feel much better about myself, and that's how I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and how it keeps me strong. So that is a good way to do it, is to turn to something that helps distract you from those bad feelings, because from the bad feelings you can eventually create something beautiful, which is pretty ironic because the bad feelings are ugly, and then once you do that, you create something just ultimately beautiful. And I'm sure that art, you don't have to even be good at art. I don't think I'm good at all. I just have my own style of art, I would say, but it just helps a lot. And I asked for questions for tonight, but I didn't get any, so I'm just going to drop with some words of encouragement that I would like to offer to many of you who are self-harming. I know it's hard to deal with things. I know it gets harder around school time because of all things that occur. I mean, school, in the summer you hardly hear anything about suicides, but when school starts, there are numerous suicides. The youngest can be even 10 or 12 years old, or 7, possibly, because of all the bullying that occurs. And with bullying comes depression, feeling you're not worthy enough for anything, and then self-harm can occur, and then eventually there's suicide. That doesn't always happen, but we can't ignore the fact that it does happen. So, words of encouragement, I assure you that if you ever need anyone, if you ever need to talk about anything, you need events about your anger, you can always turn to me, because I am always there to listen 24/7 through Ambivalent or on my personal account, or you can call hotlines or contact a really, really, really good friend who understands where you're coming from, that you trust, or try to be involved in things that you truly love. It could be anything: sports, art, anything that you find a passion for. Go with it, and it helps resist the urge to do anything bad. And of course, you are not alone in this situation. There are many other people who deal with the same thing. Some have worse problems, some are just regular problems, but you're never alone in this type of situation, because there are many who find it similar to that. And with that saying, I want to start a new thing on Ambivalent. Hopefully that I will do my best to try to promote it, and it helps people really feel like they're along with a good community of others who understand where they're coming from, and that they should never be afraid about who they are. And so I did this one thing where earlier in the year, and it was a picture of my wrist, and on it said "Love goes here." It was a paint, but I did it in like marker this time, and in cursive. So right there it says "Love goes here." I didn't do it really good, but I did it in cursive. Did my best. But there, "Love goes here." And with it, I wanted to start a new thing on Ambivalent for it. Our members and our administrators writing "Love goes here" on any part where they wanted to cut themselves, but it's just a constant reminder that nothing should hurt you that goes there, only love, and helps really prevent self-harm, I would say. And I'm going to get it started soon, hopefully, and we get a lot of cooperation with it, and that is what I want to show you all tonight. I have information here for pages you can turn to if you are ever feeling sad or alone or any urges to cut. There's websites like To Write Love on Our Arms, which is www.twloha.com. There is reachout.com, where is a big community where you can talk about your problems, or bullying, self-harm, suicide attempts, and you just find yourself among those who find similarities with you, and It's just a really good community. I'm on there as well, so you can probably find me on there. I'll post a link in the description, most likely. There is another Facebook page who I admire the most, and where I got this bracelet that says "Enough is enough." You can't really see it, but enough is enough. And then on the back says "Stop Bullying." And their web page is called Enough is Enough blog page. And I'll be posting a link in the description. And there are self-injury hotlines that are 1-800-DON'T-CUT, and as well as the 1-800-273-TALK, which is also known as a suicide hotline, but I read upon that it's also to help you stop from doing something bad. And there's also www.selfinjury.com, and you always have Ambivalent, which is my page, as well as another page known as Yana, as I would say it, but it's You Are Never Alone, which is run by amazing people who have helped me a lot on the suicide prevention project that is coming out soon. So you can always turn to those pages, to those websites, and to those hotlines if you ever have the urge to do something bad. You will want to get stopped from doing it. So you can turn to those, and they can help you out a lot, because we are truly here for you. We're offering our own personal time just to make sure that you are alive and well. So that is all for tonight, and I hope you learned some new about some stuff about self-harm. So thank you.